Ladies and gentlemen, Pete Barbutti.
I want to play a song for you on the piano. For the couple from Kansas, this here would be the piano. It's true, we had a couple in the other night from Kansas said, this the piano, and the guy got all excited. Never saw nothing that big that didn't cut wheat. We had a couple in from Detroit. I said, this the piano. He nudged his wife. Said, I never saw nothing that color that wasn't ripping off a drugstore. Back off. Now, see, that's because we can see the lights go down. The guy who runs the lights is black, Chuck, and he's one of the nicest people in the world. We've never had a minute problem with him. Except for last Friday, he was drinking strawberry wine. They can't handle it. Makes them militant. There's something about it. And I didn't mean to start nothing. Believe me, it was an accident. I was adjusting the lights. I showed him, bring in the reds. Take up the blues. By mistake, I yelled out, kill the whites. He went out and put a group together. Now, you hip to this? He made a phone call. I walk in the parking lot about 3 o'clock in the morning, run into 5 of the biggest black dudes you ever saw in your life, waiting on me with clubs. I was scared. Did the only thing a white man could do. Stared him right in the eye and went like this. Then they beat the hell out of me. Sure, that's what I do. But we're going to do a song for you on the piano. This is a theme from the motion picture Love Story. And have you seen this movie in Tijuana? No, it's San Diego. Yes. Same version? Tijuana, that's a nice town. Can you drink the water up here? I mean that seriously. See, that's no joke. If you go to Tijuana, don't drink the water. Now, the Mexican waiters think they're cute down there. Just don't drink the water, give you a tummy ache. Like hell, it messes up your whole body if you drink it. That's a fact. Change the chromosomes, the genes. You drink that water for any length of time, you cannot bear any male children. Did you ever meet anybody in Tijuana? I want to introduce you to the brother. We like to do this number for you on the piano. It's a theme from the movie Love Story. It's a beautiful song, and it's a little love story. Well, Beethoven, which means it's 2 songs in one. Two songs in one. Now, be honest, is that one of the commercials that should be taken off the air? That's an obscene commercial because it's their way of saying we're all so stupid. We'll think what we're seeing is normal, and we'll want to go out and buy the product. Now, I'll show you what I mean. You know the one we're talking about, Certs. Typical commercial. Certs, you've all seen this. Shows a couple swimming together in the Bahamas, underwater. Crystal clear water, beautiful couple. Girl is incredible with her bikini on, of course. They surface simultaneously in slow motion. The water flies off the girl. It's sensuous there. You know, the guy reaches over and kisses the girl. Just as he kisses her, you hear God say, if he kissed her once, will he kiss her again? Now, you know what's stupid about that? The couple doesn't react. Now, I don't care if you're a heathen. If you're swimming, you hear God talk, you get the hell out of the water. Are you ready for scene number 2? It is now nighttime. They are alone together on the beach. She is right in his arms, snuggled up. They're still in their wet bathing suits. And what do they do at the height of this passionate moment? Oh, the same thing any of us would do. Whip out their certs and line them up perfectly. Now, I don't care if you're 104 years old, you got the flu. If you're on the beach with her at night in a wet bathing suit, it's going to take you all year to line up your certs with hers. Would you like to find Mrs. Olson in the kitchen some night and call the police on her? Mountain Grown! Yeah, Mountain Grown. You're going to do time for this, old lady. Wait, I bet you've seen this, Mrs. Olson. This is my favorite one. They're all the same. Shows a couple having a party at a suburban household. I mean, the kind of house we all have, normal. $180,000, $190,000 tract house. All of their friends are there. They're all 21 years old. They don't know any real old 22s or 23s. They're all 21. They're all in tailor-made clothes. And the guy's doing a couple magic tricks. Entertaining. One of his buddies would say, hey, Herb, you're regular Houdini with that magic. He says, oh, that's all the magic for now, guys. The darling wife appears next to him and quietly says, that was great, sweetheart. I'll go make some coffee. In front of all of their guests, he turns to the little wife and says, boy! If you could make good coffee, that would really be magic. She goes in the kitchen to make coffee. You guys try that with your wife when you got a party going on. She'd go in the kitchen, come out with the cord to the coffee pot, and be Roy Rogers for a half a day. Wait, how come you never see what else is in old Eddie Olson's grocery bag? All you get to see is that coffee can. She could have pills, uppers, coke. Mrs. Olson could be a dealer. She got an accent. Hip to California about what they're doing to the laws in California? Totally decriminalized possession of marijuana. You get caught smoking grass in California, it's not a felony. It's like a parking ticket. Maximum fine, $25. They catch you speeding in California, still charge you $35. So if a cop pulls you over for speeding, light up a joint. Every time you light up, you save $10. You know, the band saved $80,000 this afternoon at rehearsal. I mean, that's a silly law. It's inequitable. You know what's going to happen? The highway patrol's going to pull somebody over up around Fresno, walk back politely as they're taught to do. Sir, do you realize you were speeding? The guy's, oh, no, you don't. I was smoking grass, officer. I'm higher than a kite. Can't drive at all. Now, just a minute, sir. I clocked you at 81 miles an hour on my radar. Now, you clocked the car at 81. I was here an hour before the car showed up. We like do for you this number on the piano. Did we do it yet? No. Time moves along when you're having this kind of fun, I guess. Oops, hold it. I have to tune the piano stool. Some people might not know that you have to tune the stool to be in precisely the same key you're about to play in. That's a fact. I take a little extra time because I happen to have perfect stool. Upside down. Did you see the couple from Kansas? Yeah, my man, yeah. Vegas. Boy, it's a great town, boy. There's a lot of good things to see. You know, you could tell the people from Vegas, let me show you, I make a statement. If they live here, they always react to this. The city of Vegas has the finest, most efficient telephone company in the world. I mean, it's awful. You know, the operator is actually enlisted here. When you dial 0 here, that's what you get, nothing. You dial 7, a voice comes in and says, 7. I get up this morning, I dial 118, a voice says, what time is it, man? No. Am I right? You live here. It's no big deal. 3 o'clock in the morning, the phone will ring. You pick it up, it'd be information. Jim, I'm sorry to bother you. You got the number to the dunes handy there? It's terrible. But we have good television here. All the shows are sponsored by the same guy, used car dealer. A guy with little dogs and cats crawling around. Now, let me tell you something. I bought a car from this guy. Now, if you ever dealt with one of these car dealers, these are guys who live by a Bible they call the Kelly Blue Book. Now, if it's never happened to you, I got to tell you exactly what happened to me. I took a car and I was going to trade it in. And the car dealer I was dealing with, the salesman's name was Trapper. That should have told me something. He was a buddy. I said, hey, Trapper, I was thinking of trading the old Chariot in. What do you figure it's worth? And he said, well, Petey, just by looking, I figure it's worth about $3,800. I said, boy, I didn't think I'd do that good, Trapper. He said, well, that's $3,800 fully equipped. You don't have certain equipment. You know, the options, you deduct so much for each one. I said, boy, I got everything on there, Trapper. Power steering, power brakes, air conditioning. He said, well, let's take a look at the Blue Book here, Petey. Okay, there's your year. Okay, there's your model. Okay, have you got sonar? No, Trapper, I don't have sonar. Hey, you got 800 off there, kid. What kind of piano you got in there? I got a tape deck. Nah, that's 1,200 off there. The biggest hype in cars today is the guarantee. You ever want? I bought a set of them tires right here. I won't tell you what kind of a station it was, but all the attendants were sergeants. You can see what I mean. Guaranteed for 40,000 miles, these tires I bought. However, under that, there's a little line of print that says, under normal use. Forget it. I got 806 miles on the left rear tire. It fell apart. So I took it off the car. I put it in the back of the old station wagon, took it down to the dealer. I said, look at the tire. He checked it over, looked up at me, said, hey, you had that on your car. I said, yeah. I said, what, are you running on pavement and stuff with it? Not going to last you like that, kid. Take it out in Lake Mead, float in it. It'll probably last you a year. How about this one? The last battery your car will ever need. Yeah, last 7 months. I took it back. I said, I bought the battery. It's supposed to be the last one I'll ever need. It went dead. The guy said, gee, I didn't think your car would last that long. So the battery's dead. He said, well, we're going to give you a new one. I said, that's great. They said, what are these scratches on the poles here? I said, that's where I had it hooked up. He said, hooked up to what? My car? Your car? What are you running, lights and stuff? It won't last you like that, you know. Take it out like meat. Use it as an anchor for your inner tube. It's another one of our great landmarks here, Lake Mead. Beautiful lake. If you've never seen it, it's a huge lake. Crystal clear water surrounded by a shoreline of huge ponderosa pine trees. Now, if you've seen it, you know I'm jiving you. There's 609 miles of shoreline. There's one bush. I'm not kidding. There were two. The drummer smoked one last Friday. And they always say, we have bass in Lake Mead. That's the truth. There's one bass in that whole lake. God forbid you catch it. It's enormous. It weighs about 800 pounds. And every year there's a big deal. Every spring in the newspapers. The Nevada Fish and Game Commission is restocking Lake Mead with 25,000 rainbow trout. Do you know how long it takes an 800-pound bass to eat 25,000 rainbows? 7 minutes. And the bass is me. They caught him a week ago Tuesday with a couple from Fresno taking pictures. Just hold them upside down. I swear. No, you know that's a joke. I have no idea where they were from. By now, I guess you've heard of the word ranch used around here. It's sort of a word they use for what is legal in the state of Nevada, prostitution. And they have these places. The biggest one is right outside Reno, a little town called Mustang, Nevada. The largest legalized house of prostitution, 7 miles from downtown Reno. 6? Is it 6? 6 miles from downtown. Well, 6 going over. It's 1,000 coming home. But it's legal. You understand what that means, gentlemen? That means when you come here on vacation, you can go over there and window shop. You can look at the merchandise. If you don't want any of the girls, you simply say, no thanks, I don't want none of them. And you walk out. Nobody say a word. Now, a lot of guys don't believe that. They're afraid to go over there. Say, oh, no. If you say no, they'll knock you out, put you on somebody and start you. No. If you've never been to one of those places, let me tell you what happens there. Most of the customers are the real macho type. You know, the hunters from Provo, Utah. Once a year they jump in a pickup truck and say to their wives, Herb and I are going hunting for a couple of days. Yeah, hunting. They don't take a gun or shells or a hat or a coat. Take 2 Orlon sweaters and a big jug of scope. All the way over in the truck, it's man talk. Come on, Herbie, heaven's a-waiting. Yeah. Then they get in there and have a drink. Yeah, Herbie. And the girls come in. The girls look right at the guys. They're not embarrassed. You know what happens to the guys, real swingers? When they're face to face with the girls, like all their childhood inhibitions return, they end up standing there, heads down, like, go ahead, Herb, you go first. You better go first, Frank. There's an A in your name. Yeah, but you're a Supreme Court judge. You're used to doing this. Finally, one guy gathers his courage. All right, I'll go first. I'll take her. They're so embarrassed they don't even look up. I was there one night and the guy picked a coffee machine.